Hey guys, Boris from BK Forex. Welcome to our fourth day technicals for 10/17/13. As always, trading foreign exchange on margin carries a high level risk on every single foreign investor. I ask you to read this disclaimer very carefully to understand all the risks associated with trading margin and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Well, as we open up Europe trade today, clearly the anti-dollar rally is starting to pick up. We're basically getting the sell the news rebound in all of the risk pairs. Euros is had a very strong move so far at the open of the European session, primarily driven by a lot of real money flows and a little bit of speculative positioning. The key level here, we've been talking about this for the last 5-6 days. 36.50 is the key takeout level. Euro seems very gung ho on trying to push through this level, so we'll see how far this rally takes us. But for now, if you looked at the trade action over the last week and a half when we had the whole shutdown fiasco, one of the interesting things you saw was 35 being tested once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, but never broken to the 34.50 level. We really held above this 34.50 support very substantially. Even yesterday, amidst all of the machinations and all of the oscillation that happened in the price action, we just pushed it down and pretty much matched yesterday's lows and came right back up. So today we have a natural sort of a counter trend reaction. Now, of course, the resistance is 36.45 ahead of us, but really 36.50 big break. If we can climb above that, hold above that. Really, as a matter of fact, if we can hold above that on the close, that'll be a very bullish construct for the euro and pushes us towards the 3700s as the next area for euro bulls. As to cable, cable is following in step, but in a much more modest fashion. Cable has really been capped by this 60, 50, 59, 100 level. We have bounced also very similarly in cable. A lot of buyers at 59 all the way through, but at the same time, one of the things you saw in cable is that you really have very large amount of sellers above 160 here, as the cable structure definitely looks a little bit more toppish. The key thing about cable today, we have UK retail sales. We'll see how that number comes in. If that number is uber bullish, that may push us all the way through 60.50. Certainly pushes through 60.50, pushes probably to 6100, which is the next level of resistance. And then even that, if it's overcome, still has overhead resistance at 62. So cable has a much harder road to climb. If we get a negative number, I think we go right back to 160s, and that becomes another failed attempt by cable. Next, dollar yen is having a big move to the downside here as we start to basically sorry, I'm just checking stuff out here. As we start to basically unwind a lot of this pro-dollar move. What's interesting is that we faded at 99, we came back down to 98. Certainly 97 is an initial area of support here, which they're trying to test right now very heavily. I'm just watching the price action right now, as a matter of fact, which they're trying to test sort of as the initial support here. Of course, very heavily. But the real area here, sorry, the 98 is what I mean by support. But the real area of support is this 97, which definitely is a much steeper and deeper support. Still, when you're looking at dollar yen, one of the more disheartening things, and you see we just broke out 98s right now. One of the more disheartening things about dollar yen from a longer term perspective is this series of lower highs, which continuously shows failed rallies. And this is another example of a failed rally. So for now, do we stabilize? Very likely we're going to stabilize here, but it's probably going to mean a case where we have to build a stronger base before we can reestablish another rally higher. If we break this base, that would be a much more deeper and much more ominous sign for the dollar as far as dollar yen goes. So for now, dollar yen definitely getting the brunt of profit taking in this trade. Lastly, Aussie has been a star over the last week and a half. It's had a lot of relative strength. We talked about the fact 95.50 was a key takeout level. We took that out yesterday, kind of held above it, and now certainly moving very well and very quickly towards the 96 level. The resistance in Aussie doesn't really come into around 96.50, 97. That's the first area, and 98 as the second area. It's getting huge amount of benefit from risk components, and it looks relatively positive here on a near-term basis. So that's how everything is shaping up. This is going to be an interesting day in terms of reversal of a lot of the flows from yesterday. And UK is the main event risk on the calendar for the time being. Wish you guys the best of luck, the best of trading support. Last word for BK Forex, over and out.